If you're out on a road trip or camping, the one thing you will inevitably need is power. We all have a lot of different devices these days, and none of them last forever. Now this guy is built for camping and for giving you the battery power that you need to recharge all of your devices when you're out in the wild. This is the Flash Fish 200 watt portable power station. Let's go over all the technical specs and see what the company has to say about this guy. This has AC, DC, and USB outputs. There are two 110 AC outputs, two DC outputs, two QC 3.0 quick charge USB outputs, and one regular USB output. Bear with me, I don't really know the difference between USB ports. This is a 40,800 milliamp battery. That's pretty big, and it only weighs 4.08 pounds. It has an LCD display to show you the amount of battery that is left, and there is also 5 bars on the indicator. It comes with a wall adapter and a car adapter to charge it, and it also comes with a little light that you can plug in. There is an internal fan that kicks on to keep things cool, and it also comes with a 12-month warranty, which is always kind of nice. Another cool thing is that you can buy a solar panel to charge this thing. If you just buy the power station, it does not come with the solar panels to charge it. You have to buy those separately. One big thing too, you cannot charge this and use it at the same time. It's one or the other. If you're like me, you like photography and videography. I mean, I have an outdoors YouTube channel, so when I'm camping, I bring a lot of video equipment, and all of those things have a lot of different batteries. This could be drone batteries, it could be camera batteries, GoPro batteries, even my laptop, not to forget my iPhone and my Apple Watch that pretty much need to be charged daily. What I'm getting at here is that there's a lot of things that need to charge, and I need the battery power to recharge all of this equipment. That's why a portable power station such as this is a great piece of equipment to have. So first off, how long did this guy take to fully charge from zero battery? I had this thing 100% depleted of charge, there was nothing left, and it took about 4 hours to charge, which isn't bad, that's pretty good. Now, gauging how long the battery power lasts is a little bit harder to do. So here's what I did. So I was trying my best to completely drain this thing. I was charging my iPhone, 2 camera batteries, my Kindle, my Apple Watch, and I had the light plugged in all at the same time. With all of those things charging, I was only able to get this thing to go down by 1 bar to the 4th out of all 5 bars. And everything was charging at a totally normal rate, which is awesome. Additionally, after about an hour and 45 minutes, the fan on this thing kicked on, and it lasted for maybe 2 minutes and really was not loud at all. It was pretty quiet. So after that little test charge where I tried to run this thing down, I brought this with me camping in Mammoth Cave National Park just last weekend. Being at 4 out of 5 bars, I was able to charge my iPhone and my girlfriend's each about 1.5 more times, and I charged my Apple Watch an additional 1.5 more times as well. And then finally this thing ran out of battery. So that's about how long the battery lasts. I don't even know how many charges that was or how to really gauge that, but it lasted quite a while and I charged a lot of things. One thing that I did notice when I was camping is that when it was colder outside, this thing charged my devices a lot slower. When I was camping like 4 weekends ago, it got to be 32 degrees in the morning and I was charging my Apple Watch with this guy, and it was barely moving up in charge. Also at Mammoth Cave last weekend, it was about 40 degrees in the morning and my Apple Watch went up about 1/3 of a charge over the course of an hour, where typically it would be fully charged within that time. But those are definitely some really cold temperatures, and I don't think most people will be using this thing in that type of environment. So this then brings me to the LCD screen, and I was a little bit weary about this. Like I said a little while ago, when I was trying to run this thing down, charging a bunch of different devices on it, I was only able to get this to go down by 1 bar out of 5 to the 4th bar. After that, when charging my devices, the indicator dropped a lot faster. After the 4th and 3rd bars, this thing seemed to drop down to 2 really quickly, and then after 1, it dropped to 0 like right after that. So this indicator isn't truly reliable to what the battery is at. You get a lot of really good charges when this thing is at 5 bars, but as soon as it drops to 4 or 3 bars, the indicator goes down really fast. They also give you this little light right here, which this thing is actually pretty, come on, focus. This thing is actually pretty bright. It works pretty well. It also bends, which is kind of nice. So this is a good light for inside your tent, in your car, or your camper, wherever you want to use it. And it just plugs right in, right here, turn on the DC output, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but bam, the light's on. Kind of a nice little light. Does the trick. It's actually pretty bright for how big it is. So the battery itself is actually really small. It's only about 8 inches long, about 5.5 inches tall, and then 4.5 inches wide. It's very lightweight. Like I've been holding this thing the whole time, and it's nothing. It's just over 4 pounds, which is nothing. There's also a little spring in the handle, which is kind of nice when you're holding it because it has a little bounce to it. The company also says that you can easily fit this into a backpack, which you definitely can. But again, this is something for camping or going to the beach or for a picnic, whatever you want to use it for. It's not something that you would take backpacking with you. Not that the company is claiming that, but it's meant for camping, not backpacking. Now, what I really like is having all of these different outputs and inputs that you can plug your stuff into. So like I said before, there are 2 standard outlets, there are 3 USB ports, and also 2 DC outputs, so you can plug in a bunch of different stuff at the same time. The only downside is that there is no USB-C port. The world is kind of moving towards USB-C, and they don't have this on this. Not that that's the end of the world, because it can just be fixed with a kind of adapter that we all have, or we all should have. But having a USB-C port would be very nice. I never had a single problem with this thing overheating. The fan only kicked on maybe 2 times, and it was about an hour apart. Wasn't loud, it only ran for like 2 minutes, and that was it. The only downside that I saw with this thing was the extremely slow charge times when it got down to really cold temperatures. That's also sort of expected when it's getting down to freezing temperatures. So in conclusion, I really liked using this thing and I'm very happy with it. I've been looking into getting one of these for a long time because I go on a lot of road trips and camping trips, and whenever I go, I bring a lot of video equipment with me. Being able to charge all of that equipment is very important to me, and this power station is small, lightweight, easily packable, and it gives me all the battery power that I need when I'm out in the wild. So with all of that said, this is gonna cost you about $140 US, which isn't too bad for this guy. If you guys are interested in picking up one for yourself, you can click the link that is in the description of this video. So please let me know what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. Good or bad, I would love to see what you guys have to say and answer any questions that you have. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave me a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.